Knowing yourself is the greatest congratulations. Therefore, what comes with it is self-admiration. Who gives a fuck about what someone else has to say about you? I'm telling you, it won't matter. Trust me, it don't matter. Like, the craziest thing is that people actually let that shit matter. You want advice? Take your own advice, because 90% of the time, I'm going to give it to you. You're right 90% of the time. All you got to do is put your heart with your mind and let both of them, like, grind it out for you. Your heart will let you know, and your mind will make a smart move with it. Don't be listening to nobody else. You only need you. That's why you have a heart and a mind to think of your own. You have the heart to feel. You have the mind to think of your own. So why would you listen to someone else when you're probably right on your own? You know? Self-evaluation is so important in 2020. It was so important the day Earth started and humans was on Earth. Self-evaluation was very important. I don't know what happened and where it went with people. I really don't. Like, people want to be woke, but they so fucking sleep. Like, they're sleepwalking. You know? They're just sleepwalking. And I mean, they sleepwalking and sleep talking. I mean, like, because people faking it. They don't know how to keep it real, 100%. They follow the crowd. Whatever one person does who has the juice, they'll follow that person. That person could be oh so wrong. But it feels comfortable following that person because more people start to follow that person. And that person can be really wrong. I think it's only okay to follow yourself. You know, this is a following world. I mean, it's a couple people out there you could follow, you know, like Gary V, a really good man, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really knows his shit. And yeah, he would tell you the truth, that he could be so fucking wrong about it. But it's up to you to feel what you want to feel from his shit, you know? Because all his shit is positive, and he's telling the truth about what the shit should be happening about one person. It's about self-evaluation. Know yourself and go out. Like, try a lot of shit. He's right. Try a lot of shit. You're in a world that wants you to go to school and get an education. And when you get out of school, college, I'm saying, you can't even get a job most of the time. So I'm going to school not knowing if I'm going to get a job. Thanks a lot, education system. Thanks a lot. Like, the world never needed school. Honestly. I mean, to be honest, if you wanted to be something, you could go to the library and study it. Hard body all day. The problem is you just want to get that piece of paper. I mean, you go to school to pay for a piece of paper. You're paying $100,000 to almost $500,000 for a piece of fucking paper. But you could go learn business somewhere, get a business license or something, start a business. Like, you don't really need education. Like, oh, you so smart because you got education? There's tons of people out there with no education, millionaires. That's facts. Check that. And you're going to school and they don't give a fuck about it. I mean, they might want it to go to school, but their life had a certain turn, certain twist. And, you know, like, but that was their life. It was meant to be that way. You know? If you're meant for school, then yeah, you go to school. But if you're not meant for school and you don't like this shit, you find a way to get out of it. And you go do something real to your life. You know what I'm saying? That's real to your heart. Because the moment you start devaluing your heart, you know that saying that says, a heart that please get heart disease? Man, I believe in that shit, hard body. I believe in it so coldly. Like, if you want to say something that makes you feel right because you say it this way, you say it that way. But facts, know the person, all right? Know the person who you speaking to, because you can't just say shit all willy-nilly and don't think that there's no ramifications behind it. You know what I mean? Like, You gotta know who you're talking to. But at the same time, you gotta let that person feel you. You know, speak with your heart. Like Kevin Hart said, say it with your chest. You know. But don't let your heart get a heart disease, because you out here pleasing motherfuckers when you don't really want to do that. Like, if you're not a nice person, honestly, don't be a nice fucking person, because that's not you. You know what I'm saying? Gary Vee ain't telling everybody to be nice people. Gary Vee ain't telling everybody to have empathy, because everybody can't do that, because that's not everybody. Some people are Cain instead of Abel. You know? That's just the way they were born. I don't know if you could change. If you can, you would have by then. You would have been unchanged. But you can't, because you're Cain. You're jealous. You're not able. You're not able. You're not the one who admired themselves. You're the one to be jealous of others. You know? Stand in crowds of fear, because that feeds you. Don't be that person. You know? Be great. Positive words like greatness get thrown around so loosely, but no one's being that. They're just talking about it. And they waiting for Gary Vee to give them the umph to go and do it. When truly, you just gotta jump into that shit like he says and just fuck everything up. That's the best way. That's the best know-how. That's the best know-how. That's exactly what I'm doing. Starting this fucking podcast because I like to talk. I like to talk about sports and life. Those are my two main things I love to talk about, my two topics. I just can't see nothing else. And I'm into fashion. Like, who isn't? But like, yeah, man, I just want everybody to be great. Find some way to have empathy. You know? And find some way to get it in your fucking heart to just go out and do it. You gotta put the F word to somebody's face and say fuck you if they come with that negative shit. If not, they're gonna let negative you're just gonna let negative spew all over you. And you're gonna be filled with that shit. You're gonna be filthy with that shit. And then you're gonna become it. And then you're gonna start joining those fear ass crowds. I'll tell you something right now. 97% of people haven't made it yet. My take is 97% of people fear. And that's a large ass crowd, the fear. I think when you have so much fear in the world, you know, fear is an energy. It's a negative energy. And since that's an energy, a negative energy, a lot of shit start, like wars start, because the crowd that fears allows it to happen. You know? Everything's your fault. You're living in this world. This is your earth. You know what I'm saying? This is your world. Like, wars start because of fear. And that's 97% of fear on earth. Only 3% of people made it. That's a scary thought. Because it's a high fucking percentage of fear and a low percentage of positivity. And yes, we're trying to grow it. People like me, people like Gary Vee, people like, you know, Tony Robbins, like, we're trying to grow this shit. And it's hard because people don't listen. They too adult, so go in one ear out the other. Like a child, it's better to teach a child, in my opinion, because a child will listen, get that shit in their mind, because it's easy to train a child from age 5 and up, you know, because it's easy for a child to learn a language faster than an adult can. This is crazy, man. 97% of people with the negative, because the only reason I'm saying 97% with the negative, because 97% fear, and they looking around for advice when they should just go and do. When you go and do, you're happy. Stop worrying about money. A1. Money's cool. Money's good. Money's important. But stop worrying about that shit. That shit hurts. It will hinder you. Your pockets are low for a reason at a point, because it's your fault when you're not going to do the shit you need to do to get it up, to grab that bag. But don't be mad at someone who has more, and don't pick on someone who has less, because money ain't shit. It's not natural to the earth. Alright? That's not a natural thing to earth. Let me say that shit again. Money is not a natural thing to earth. So therefore, when you go and get it, it's a physical item you can't take with you. You only taking with you your soul. Alright? Like Jay say, they can trap my body, but they can't trap my mind. You're only taking your soul with you when you go to heaven. When your body flies. That's it. So stop worrying about money. Look, happiness bring money. Money don't bring happiness, period. I ain't never seen it that way. You know? Even when you're a drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? Happiness brings money. Money don't bring happiness. There's so many people that's dying over that cause just because they're not happy and they got ass or boatloads of money. That's facts. You know? Just, you know, I wouldn't say chill out. I just calm down some on thinking you got to get the money fast. That shit ain't true. We've been living on earth and been living a lie. And our parents, yes, Gary V again is right. Our parents been fucking us over, trying to make us them when we're not them. And that's why earth is how it is right now. Because you ain't flourishing to be yourself. You're flourishing to be what your parents want you to be. And that shit hurts when you can't be self-aware of yourself while they're doing that because you think they're right and you love them. Fuck, I love my mother to death, but I'll tell you the truth. She the most negative person in my life. I love her to death, but she the most negative person in my life, and I don't rock with it. I speak to you in a year or two. You still here? You know what I'm saying? If you want to change so we can get a better relationship, then change. But until then, you can't be I'm not going to let my mom be my downfall. I can't have that on me. I can't have that on her. So I'd rather peace out the situation and see if we could come back in a more positive space, in a more positive light, you know? And yeah, I just want people to be on top, man. Every friend I know, like every ideal I have, I give it to them. I got a lot of friends in fashion. Right now on Instagram, YouTube, all that shit. I got a lot of friends in fashion. And every idea I have, I try to give it to them. The reason why, because I haven't started my brand yet. It's 2020, I am going to start it. I promise you. But still, even if I have my own shit, I'm still giving them ideas. I just don't feel like ideas are supposed to be held in for you to make money on your own. I feel like ideas are to be given out. Like, just let's see if that shit rocks. Like, give it to somebody and see if it rocks. If it rocks, you know you got great ideas. You know you got great ideas. At the same time, we need to stop fearing. Because fear is going to just kill you off earth, man. And that's not cool. Not cool at all. I just want to tell y'all, man, I do love you guys. Because we're all humans. We're all people. So we all should have a heart. If you got a heart, you should be able to love. I don't know why people don't use their hearts. That's weird. You got a heart, but you don't know how to use it. You keep that shit cold. My heart is fire. It's blazing right now. And it ain't even cold. I'm in Florida where it's really hot. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people to be on top, man. Alright? It's 2020. Let's go.